bradleyaidanjohnson here with an email reply. And the question is your thoughts about CrossFit. That is all. Like my video, like my Facebook, follow and subscribe. Peace. Yes, that is my outro, but I do it better than you. In fact, let's do a test outro right now. bradleyaidanjohnson@gmail.com. If you have any queries or theories or suggestions or anything, let me know. Other than that, like the video, like my Facebook, follow me on Twitter and Instagram, and of course subscribe. Let's get back into the email. Thoughts on CrossFit. Now there are two schools of thought with thoughts on CrossFit. CrossFit in theory, CrossFit in actuality. Theory, actuality. In theory, it's a pretty good program. Makes people lift heavy and run fast. It will make you probably the best person you can be. If we use best with a description to physical attributes in terms of your cardiovascular fitness, your anaerobic responses to things, you're creating anabolic responses in your muscles so that you can build muscle to become stronger, faster, more capable, and just generally a better human. CrossFit is probably the best way to go about doing that. A person executing CrossFit to perfection, will probably be generally better at everything than anyone else doing more or less any type of activity, in theory, In theory. In actuality, what's going to happen is you're going to get people that put in whatever effort they put in, and because it's hard work, of course. It's hard work to get fit in every single area at once. Now, you're going to get people that want to get slimmer. That's what the main people most people that join any fitness group, they just want to lose weight. That's what people want to do. There are going to be some exceptions to that, but most people that do anything, they just want to lose weight. Now, if you want to lose weight, it's not the most efficient way to go about it. If you want to pack on muscle, it's definitely not the most efficient way to go about it. And in practice, what's actually going to happen is the effectiveness of your CrossFit is entirely down to whoever happens to be teaching you CrossFit at your particular CrossFit center. And as somebody that spends half of his life correcting the mistakes of personal trainers, I know the chances very low of finding a fitness professional that is any good. Most of them suck. They don't just suck, they suck. They suck so bad. If you go into your local gym, whatever your local gym is, all the personal trainers there and the gym instructors suck. Walk into your gym and show them this video, and they will probably say, that's not true, that guy doesn't know what he's talking about. But deep down, when they go to sleep that night, they will know, it's true, we do suck. They generally suck. There are some fantastic ones out there, there are some amazing guys, and there are always exceptions to the rule, but generally, all that, congratulations, well done guys, you got qualified, you're working hard, you're trying your best, you're doing help people, you live the fit lifestyle, all that stuff. But now in terms of teaching people how to become stronger, giving them good advice that doesn't injure them and makes them as strong as they possibly could be, you suck. So, that's what will happen if you probably go to CrossFit. You'll probably get a CrossFit instructor that sucks. But let's assume you don't. Let's assume you get a really good one. My thoughts on CrossFit, it's wonderful. Everything to time, your fitness goes up, you lift heavy weights, Olympic lifts, good lifts, talk to you well, increase your core strength, core stability, your muscle tone, muscle strength, your fat levels will drop if you eat right. Let's mix it up with some of that. Let's assume you're doing paleo and you do it to a calorie control and you have a macro split in mind. There's nothing wrong with paleo, there's nothing about paleo that would make you ill. I don't think it's a good idea because it seems arbitrary and abstract to follow something so rigorous, but if you are going to and you hit macros well, you will just get stronger and leaner and better and faster, and wow. Everything about CrossFit is pretty good. Apart from the fact that in actuality it might just not be any of those things. And then if you go one step further than that, you probably actually just don't want to be that guy. You probably just want to get strong. You probably just want really big muscles, and you probably want to have low fat so you have a six pack. In that case, you don't need to do all that stuff. It's the kind of thing that will just put you off. If you aren't going to get put off, it's great, but you probably know people, they're not going to be able to do that. All that intense, high intensity, it's too much. Most people can't take that stuff. Most people can't take that stuff. If it was the case that most people could take that stuff, then everyone would be ripped in the world, but they're not. So most people can't take that stuff. Because that's what most people think fitness is, and that's why they avoid it. Because all that, no one likes it. So, bringing it back. I love CrossFit, I think it's great. Every single thing about CrossFit is great, apart from 1.5 things. And every person that talks about CrossFit on YouTube will hate this thing. I don't care what YouTube you go to. If you have someone talk about it, they'll say, those kipping pull-up things, man. What? I saw one thing. This is what I saw. They had an explanation of how to do them. If you don't know what the kipping pull-up is, it's using momentum to help you do chins pull-ups, right, to help you get above a bar, right? You swing your legs and you get up. And it said the reason for these kipping pull-ups and thing is because if you, with the kipping pull-ups, you'll be able to move more of your weight over time than if you do normal chins. For instance, if you do a chin up as many as you can, let's assume you could do 3 sets of 8, that would mean kipping pull-ups, you'd be able to do, say, 4 sets of 20, let's use for example, which means more weight moved over that time, much more energy expended, and more force being put through the muscle. And I thought that made about as much sense with regard to fitness as saying I can jog this far in this much time, but if I get into my car and drive, I can get there much quicker, much less time, and even go further, because in my car I can go much quicker. If you cheat your muscles, you can do anything with them. There's no point in cheating an exercise to make you do more numbers of it. That is not physiologically accurate. It's terrible advice. So those kipping pull-up things are the worst thing about CrossFit. They need to go. Everyone hates them that knows anything about any physiology or anything. They're a very silly idea. It's to make people feel good about themselves because they were below a bar and then they were above it, and then they feel a sense of accomplishment. But in terms of the actual physics and biochemistry, biomechanics, it sucks. It's a terrible idea. That's the worst thing about CrossFit, and the coaches that you may or may not get. But yeah, it's good. Go for it. If that's your goal, to be the finest example of a human being you can possibly be, it's probably best to do CrossFit. If you just want to get sexy, here are my training logs. Here's how I eat. bradleyaidanjohnson@gmail.com. If you have any queries or theories or suggestions or anything, let me know. Other than that, like the video, like my Facebook, follow me on Twitter and Instagram, of course, subscribe. Actually, one more thought. Nah, take that for another video.